Hi there and welcome to Views from the Valley, and it's rather a special day today. As you can see outside, we've got crowds of people marching down Market Street, and the reason is that for the first time in their history, the San Francisco Giants baseball team have won the World Series. Now Sean, you're the sports expert. Tell us what this is about.
Well, basically this means the Giants won not only their league, their division, but also the combined Major League. It's sort of something similar to, say, a team winning the
FA Cup.
The Champions League, something along those lines. For the Giants, it's special because they haven't done it in about 50-something years, so I don't know how long.
Yes, they've been here for about 40, so I think it's been a very close-run thing, and we haven't had a major sporting win here since
the 1980s.
Yeah,
the 90s. Okay. So it's been a long time, and it's interesting to see how everything has kind of changed as far as how technology really played a role in this. Everything from getting the tickets to the game to planning out the celebration. I mean, there's something interesting. Look, maybe we're talking about how on Foursquare you're actually getting people checking in from various points to celebrate after the game was over and after they actually won. Everything to plan out the parade. You could pull up a Google map of the entire parade route and plan out what train stop you're going to get off at, where you're going to go, everything for the parade. And so I think it's something interesting, especially for people in the UK as London gets ready for the Olympics in a couple of years.
Well, this is it. In 2 years' time, we're going to have the Olympics in London, and we're going to need a lot of IT support to actually get tickets sold, to direct people around, and hopefully by then some decent location-based transfer systems, so we're not having tourists wandering around, ending up at Heathrow Airport thinking they're coming to the Tower of London. But it's certainly been interesting to see how, certainly my Twitter feed lit up when the Giants won the World Series. But anyway, just to show you a little bit of San Francisco life, and with regards to the other big story of the day, of course, is the election. We had an election in the US last night. Now, two technology leaders were billed for stardom in California. Carly Fiorina was running for the Republicans for the Northern California Senate seat, and Meg Whitman was running for governor of the entire state, and she spent over $140 million of her own money to actually support her campaigning. Didn't work, though. She's been beaten by Jerry Brown, who's already had the governorship for a while. And Carly Fiorina still hasn't admitted defeat, but it's not looking good.
No, it was interesting because they both really ran on their business chops and their skills.
Which in Carly Fiorina's case was...
Yeah, which really didn't work so well because they both kind of have mixed histories as far as success goes in Silicon Valley. And of course, Meg Whitman had some other personal and social issues that kind of hurt her as well. Plus, running as a Republican in California is always a tough sell.
It's going to be a very tricky one, but it just goes to show that money isn't entirely sort of dominant, and that politicians don't seem to be coming from the tech community. Now, in terms of other stories, we also had the launch of the Blico search engine. Now, I spoke to the founders yesterday. You can see the interview on the site. They were keen that they're not trying to be a Google killer. They're just trying to clear away some of the URL spam from searches. Now, their basic argument is that Google's algorithm is very good for the year 2000, when there were maybe 1 billion web pages and they were all written by humans, to now we're approaching 1 trillion, and most of them are written by machines. Now, we've been discussing back and forth SEO poisoning for quite some time. Do you think something like this is going to take off, or is it just Google too dominant?
I'm not sure. I mean, Microsoft is really pitching the same thing with Bing, and they have a lot more marketing and development and just muscle in general to put behind this. Saw Wolf from Alpha try and do a similar thing where they try and push in.
Sorry, yeah, the crowds are going nuts out there.
Yeah, where they try to push into this area. I mean, the problem is Google is so huge, and search engines really are a space now that require, literally, almost billions of dollars to become established and able to run day-to-day and challenge any of these big companies in that field.
Okay, right. Now, finally then, story you've been covering this week, which has really garnered your attention, is...
Yes, this is actually something that broke yesterday. Google has more or less settled the class action lawsuit that was against them over the Buzz social networking platform. I think it's something like $8.5 million was the full settlement. But if you're a user and you're expecting any damages, not going to happen. Pretty much all the money, minus whatever legal fees, whatnot, is going to go to basically privacy, education, basically how not to let Google steal your information in the future campaigns, apparently.
Okay, so no actual money for end users then?
No.
Okay.
And Google actually announced this in a mass Gmail message saying basically nobody's getting any money, sorry guys, but some nifty education programs coming, I guess.
Got it. Okay, well, we'll be back in a fortnight's time with more Views from the Valley, and hopefully things will have calmed down a little bit since then. In the meantime, you can read more about these stories and more at www.v3.co.uk.
Go Giants.